Those who are here can download the worksheet. We'll be working on Sec 2 Math first, then at 8 o'clock we will move on to Sec 1 Math. Hi. You can get the worksheets from our link in the bio. I'll be going through Sec 2 Math. We'll start at 7. Yeah, today is on secondary math. So now is Sec 2, later is Sec 1 math. Hi. Which level are you all in? P4, we don't have P4 math for online class or TikTok live. We do have for P5 and P6. Okay. For Azura, you can stay tuned because later at 8 o'clock we'll be working on Sec 1 math. But for us, we'll be focusing on G3 level. I see. There is no G0. You mean you're just not at secondary level yet? Okay, for those who are here, I'll show the questions first. Can give it a try, but probably not for primary 4. Yeah, primary 4 haven't even learned algebra. We are on Sec 2 Math for 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay. We are focusing more on G3 math lah. But if you want, you can also like take a look at how G3 math is. Okay, so for first question is on factorizing. So you can see that there's a lot of squares. So if there's a lot of squares, what are the special algebraic identities that you can apply here? So the first one we have, for factorizing, we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals to a plus b the whole thing squared. So this is how you factorize. Second one is when it's minus for the second term. Then when you factorize, you will get a minus b the whole thing squared. So the third one will be the difference of two squares. So it will be a squared minus b squared. When you factorize, it's a plus b, a minus b. Do you learn this in G1? Let me see. Can you all see? Let me shift. Okay, so you can use point number 3. Okay. You can use point number 3 to factorize. This question is on difference of two squares. Anyone try question 1a? Can send the answers via the chat if you wish to check your answer. So the first part to factorize, right, you always take out the common factor. So when we look at the numbers, right, 4 and 36, can we take out a common factor here? What is the highest common factor of 4 and 36? Okay, the common factor of 4 and 36, the highest common factor is 4, so I factorize out 4. I'm left with x squared minus 9y squared. Okay, then now I factorize this part, x squared minus 9y squared. So x would be, the square root of x squared is x, and then square root of 9, y squared is 3y. So x minus 3y, x plus 3y. You can do the same for part B. Do try part B. can factorize out the highest common factor of 12 and 75 first. So the highest common factor of 12 and 75 would be 3. So I factorize out 3 first. Then 12x squared divided by 3. I'm left with 4x squared. Then minus 75 divided by 3, I get 25. So minus 25y squared. Okay, so in the bracket itself, 4x squared minus 25y squared, they are difference of two squares. So I can apply the third algebraic expression here. Same thing. So square root of 4x squared, I get 2x. And then square root of 25y squared, I get 5y. So minus 5y plus 5y. Part C is a little bit different, but same thing, you have to factorize out the highest common factor. Just that now it's in terms of fraction. This is Sec 2 math. G3, Sec 2 G3 math. Okay, so we can factorize out half p. So you'll be left with x squared minus, so what half times what gives you 1 over 8? So to find that, you can actually take half divided by 1 over 8. You get 1 over 4. So 1 over 4y squared. How to factorize x squared minus 1/4 y squared? You square root x squared, you get x. Then square root 1/4 y squared will be half y. Okay, so there's two methods to this question. You can also factorize out the fraction of 1 over 8p instead of half p. Okay, then the solution will be different, but it is still correct. So if you were to factorize out 1 over 8p, then it will be 4x squared minus y squared. So 2x minus y, 2x plus y. Okay, those who are done can move on to part D. D, 3 over 5x minus 2 over 5y, the whole thing squared, minus 3 over 5x plus 2 over 5y, the whole thing squared. So we have a squared minus b squared here. Our a is the first bracket, our b is the second bracket. So when you factorize, you can have a plus b, a minus b. So we will have, this is our a, plus our b. Okay. And multiply with a minus b. Then from here we can simplify. So 3 over 5x plus 3 over 5x, we have 6 over 5x. Negative 2 over 5y plus 2 over 5y is 0. So this is what we will get from the first bracket. Then the second bracket, 3 over 5x minus 3 over 5x, we have no more x. And we have negative 2 over 5y minus 2 over 5y. So it's negative 4 over 5y. Then we multiply together. So 6 over 5 times negative 4 over 5, 6 times 4, 24, 5 times 5 is 25, don't forget the negative sign. Then x times y is xy. Can? This is Sec 2 math, G3 level. Have you learned this? Those who are done can move on to question 2. Can take a look at question 2. Solve each of the following equations. So for part A, you see that there's 3 terms. You can factorize first and then using the zero product rule or the zero product principle to solve for the unknown value of x. So you can have 2 values of x here. Anyone can factorize question 2, part A? can draw two brackets to factorize. Then we always look at the first term and the third term to help us with the factorizing. X squared can only come from x times x. Then for 60, we look at the factors of 60, which pair will give us a difference of 7. Okay, because it's negative 60, so one has to be negative and one has to be positive. Okay, to have a difference of 7, the pair of factors we'll be looking at will be 12 and 5. 12 times 5 give us 60, and 12 and 5 have a difference of 7. So 7x is negative, so we want the bigger number to be negative, positive number to be, the smaller number to be positive. Okay, then using the zero product principle, our x minus 12 equals to 0, or x plus 5 equals to 0. So means our x equals to 12 or our x equals to negative 5. Part B, we have 25x squared minus 64 equals to 0. So we can see that 25x squared and 64, they are square numbers. So difference of 2 squares. Okay, so we can factorize. 35x squared, we square root, we get 5x. And then square root of 64 is 8, so minus and plus 8. Same thing, we can apply our zero product principle here. So 5x minus 8 equals to 0, or 5x plus 8 equals to 0. Okay, so 5x equals to 8, x equals to 8 over 5. Or 5x equals to negative 8, x equals to negative 8 over 5. Part C, 4x squared equals to 2x. So a very common mistake here is student tends to divide by x on both sides. So take note, you can never divide or you can never cancel away any variables. So in this case, you can't divide by x on both sides because you will miss out a value of x by doing so. Okay? So what we need to do is we can subtract 2x on both sides. So we have 4x squared minus 2x equals to 0. Then with that, we factorize out the common factor. So we can factorize out the highest common factor, which is 2x. So 4x squared divided by 2x, we're left with 2x. Then take note here, 2x divided by 2x is 1, it's not 0, yeah? So the constant cannot go missing here. The negative one needs to be there. Then same thing, apply our zero product principle. 2x equals to 0 or 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So x equals to 0 or 2x equals to 1, x equals to half. part D, the question is 8 over m minus 5 minus 2 equals to m. So we can actually remove the denominator by multiplying the highest common factor of the denominator throughout. Okay, so 8 minus 2 times m minus 5 equals to m times m minus 5. Then we expand and simplify. So we have 8 minus 2m plus 10 equals to m squared minus 5m. Everything shift to left hand side, so m squared minus 3m minus 18 equals to 0. Yep, this is Sec 2 level. Okay, so now we have 3 terms here in this expression. We can factorize by drawing 2 brackets. So the first term m squared can only comes from m times m. Then for negative 18, which pair of factors of 18 will give us a difference of 3? So we have to look at a pair of factors of 18. It can be 6 and 3 because 6 minus 3 is 3. But this middle term is negative 3m. So the bigger number will be negative and the smaller number will be positive. Because negative 6 plus 3 gives us negative 3. Okay, then same thing, we apply the zero product principle here. M minus 6 equals to 0 or m plus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, m equals to 6 or m equals to negative 3. Okay, those who are done with question 2, you all can move on to question 3. Take a look at question 3 and try to solve question 3. Question 3, factorize 30x squared plus 28x plus 6 completely. So firstly, we look at the numbers. They are all even numbers in the 3 terms. So an easier way is always factorize out if any, like if all the terms have a common factor. So you can factorize out 2 first. So factorize out 2, you have 15x squared plus 14x plus 3. Then from here, we factorize further. So 3 can only comes from 3 times 1. Okay, so now instead the different pairs is for 15x squared can be 1 times 15 and 3 times 5. So which pair will fit better? We want 14 in the middle. So we split 5x and 3x. So 3x times 3 is 9x. 9x plus 5x give us 14x. Since everything is a plus, so all must be a plus here. So for part A, we have already factorized completely. Part B, it is known that 3286 can be expressed as a product of these 3 prime factors. Meaning this, and this are all prime factors or prime numbers. So use your result in part A, find the difference between the largest and the smallest prime factor. So part B, we have 3286. we try to relate this to part A. How can this be related to this? Okay, so we can try to take a look. We have the first digit 3, 28, and end with 6. So when we compare 280 with 28x, meaning our x can represents 10, then we look at 30x squared. So if the x is 10, x squared is 100, 100 times 30 gives us 3000, and the value of 3 in this 3286 is also 3000. Okay, so therefore x is 10, so x squared is 100. So technically we are just replacing x with 10. Okay, so from here it shows that we have to replace x with 10. So by replacing x with 10, your 3286 will be equals to, we replace our x with 10 here. So I have 5 times 10 is 50, so 50 plus 3. Then 3 times 10 is 30, 30 plus 1. So it will be 2, 53, and 31. And then make sure that they are all prime numbers. Okay, so 2, 53, and 31, they are all prime numbers. They want the difference between the largest and the smallest prime factor. So this is the largest and 2 is the smallest. So we take 53 minus 2, 51. So this would be the difference. Okay. We'll take a short break here before we continue, maybe like around 5 minutes break. We continue at 7:35. So those who need can go to the washroom. Those who are here can continue trying the questions. You can try question 4 first. You can get the worksheets from our link in the bio. You can download the worksheet and try the questions. question 4, try to prove that the expression is always even. Whenever you want to prove that something is always even, you need to show that you have a factor of 2 in that expression in order for it to be always even. Okay, part A. We have 4n plus 1 squared minus 2n minus 1 squared. It is equals to 4n plus 1 minus 2n plus 1, because we multiply with the negative sign in front, so it became a plus. So this is like a minus b, then we have our a plus b, so 4n plus 1 plus 2n minus 1. Okay, then we simplify, so 4n minus 2n, 2n, 1 plus 1 we have 2, 4n plus 2n is 6n, 1 minus 1 is 0. Then from here you can factorize out the 2, we have n plus 1, 6n. So you can see that there's a factor of 2 here. Okay? So since 2 is a factor of 4n plus 1 squared minus 2n minus 1 squared, it is always even. Proven. So if x is a positive integer such that x is always greater than or equals to 2, show that the expression, this part, is always divisible by 5. So x has to be greater than or equals to 2 here. So we can let (5x plus 1) equals to y. So we want to replace this part here all with y. So we have y squared minus 3y minus 18 equals to, so this part we can factorize, because the previous expression that we have is quite difficult for us to factorize. Okay, so we use substitution method first to factorize. So y comes from y times, y squared comes from y times y. Same thing, then 18, the difference of 3 is 6 and 3. So minus plus. Then after that you sub back the y. Y equals to 5x plus 1 into the equation. Okay, so we have 5x plus 1 minus 6, 5x plus 1 plus 3 equals to 5x minus 5, 5x plus 4. So our 5x minus 5, you can factorize a 5 out. Then you're left with x minus 1, then 5x plus 4. Okay, so you can see here 5 is a factor, and they tell you that x is always 2 or greater than 2. So therefore all has to be positive. Okay, because x minus 1 is still positive when 2 is greater than or x is greater than or equals to 2. So since 5 is a factor of 5x plus 1 squared minus 3, 5x plus 1 minus 18, the expression is always divisible by 5. Okay, shown. Okay. Next would be question 5. Solve the equation x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. So we just need to factorize. X will comes from x times x squared will comes from x times x. Then for 8 will be 4 and 2. So minus 4 plus 2 give us negative 2. So x minus 4 equals to 0, or x plus 2 equals to 0. So x equals to 4 or x equals to negative 2. Hence, use your result in A to solve each of the following equations. So we have part I, p squared minus 3p squared equals to 2, p squared minus 3p plus 8. So we can replace our x with p squared minus 3p for our first equation. You can actually see that this part here is equivalent to p squared minus 3p squared minus 2p squared minus 3p minus 8 equals to 0. So this is comparable here. Negative 2x will be the negative 2, then this is your x, and then minus 8. So you want to replace your x in part A to p squared minus 3p for the solution. Okay. So my p squared minus 3p equals to 4 because x equals to 4, or x equals to negative 2. So or p squared minus 3p equals to negative 2. Okay, so p squared minus 3p minus 4 equals to 0. I can factorize. So when you factorize, it will be the pair of 4 and 1 because the difference is 3. So minus 4 plus 1. So p minus 4 equals to 0 or p plus 1 equals to 0. Therefore, p equals to 4 or p equals to negative 1. Then for p squared minus 3p equals to negative 2. P squared minus 3p plus 2 equals to 0. Same thing, factorize. So p times p, 2 and 1 will be like minus minus to get negative 3p in the middle. Okay, so p minus 2 equals to 0 or p minus 1 equals to 0. P equals to 2 or p equals to 1. So you can see here that you actually have 4 values of p. Okay, there's 4 values of p here. Part 2, 25y squared minus 10y minus 8 equals to 0. So you can simplify them first. So this is like 5y, the whole thing squared, minus 2 times 5y minus 8 equals to 0. Try to rewrite the format so that you can compare with the original equation here. Try to relate. So when you compare this first term here, x seems to be 5y. Then we look at the second term. Yes, my x is also 5y, so meaning I want to replace x with 5y. Okay, so therefore, my solution is x equals to 4, so therefore 5y must be equals to 4. Then my solution for x is negative 2, so 5y is also negative 2. So therefore y equals to 4 over 5, or y equals to negative 2 over 5. Can? Those who are done can look at question 6 first. So the diagram shows a parallelogram with base 2x plus 3 cm and a height of ax plus 5 cm. Find the area of the parallelogram. Given that the area of parallelogram is ax squared plus bx plus 15 cm squared, find the values of a and b. So we need to know the formula for finding the area of parallelogram. So technically it's just base times height, which whatever information that's given you on the diagram. So you can also view parallelogram as two triangles. So triangle is half times base times height, and then you need to plus half times base times height. So basically for area of parallelogram is just base times height. Okay? And we know that your ax squared plus bx plus 15 equals to the base 2x plus 3 times the height ax plus 5. Okay, so we can expand whatever that's on the right. So 2x times ax, we have 2ax squared plus 2x times 5, so it's 10x plus 3 times ax, so 3ax, and 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, so what we can do is we try to compare. So 15 definitely is together. We can rewrite this 2ax squared plus 10 plus 3ax, so that we factorize the common factor out. The common factor is x. Okay, then we can compare easier. So can you see that my 2a has to be 8? So 2a equals to 8 means a equals to 4. Okay, then with this part, we can find b. Our 10 plus 3a must give us b. And we already have the value of a. So we can substitute a equals to 4 inside to find the value of b. So b is 10 plus 12. B is 22. Okay. Those who are done, we can move on to question 7. The height h meters of a toy cannonball launched directly upwards from the ground. It can be represented by the equation of h equals to 28t minus 4t squared, where t is the time in seconds after the cannonball leaves the ground. So find the height of the cannonball after 4.5 seconds after it leaves the ground. So after means when t equals to 4.5. Because they already tell you that t is in terms of seconds, so we don't have to do any conversion of units here. So when t equals to 0, will represent the initial height. Okay, so they want 4.5, so when t equals to 4.5, substitute in h equals to 28 times 4.5 minus 4 times 4.5 squared. So your h will be equals to 45 meter. Find the times when the cannonball is 40 meters above the ground. So this means I want when h equals to 40. Okay, because h represents the height away from the ground. So when h equals to 40, 28t minus 4t squared equals to 40. We can divide by 4 throughout to simplify this equation here. So we have 7t minus t squared equals to 10 when we divide by 4 throughout. Okay, then t squared minus 7t plus 10 equals to 0. We rearrange it, leave everything to the left hand side so that we can factorize and solve for the value of t. So t squared definitely comes from t times t. Then 10 will be 5, split 5 and 2, minus minus, so that I have negative 7t in the middle. So therefore t minus 5 equals to 0, or t minus 2 equals to 0. So therefore t equals to 5 or t equals to 2. So there are 2 possible answers as the ball passes the 40-meter mark once when the ball is going out, and one more time when coming down. Part C, find the time taken for the cannonball to reach the ground. Meaning when it reaches the ground means my height is 0, so I have to find the value of t when h is 0. So when h equals to 0, I have 28 t minus 4t squared equals to 0. Then you factorize out t, you have 28 minus 4t equals to 0. You can also factorize out the 4. So you can factorize out 4t. Then you have 7 minus t. So either 4t equals to 0 or 7 minus t equals to 0. So when h is 0, definitely the first point will be the initial point when t equals to 0, or when t equals to 7 when it comes down. So means it takes 7 seconds to reach the ground. So this is referring to the initial point. Okay, last part, part D. Determine with reasons and clear working if possible for the cannonball to be 60 meters above the ground. So you have to find what is the highest possible point where the cannonball can reach, and can it even reach 60 meters above the ground. So we have to look at where is the maximum or minimum point. In this case, you will have a maximum point because it's a negative 4 at t squared. Okay, the coefficient of t squared is negative, so it's a set phase curve, and that will give us a positive point. Okay, to find the highest point or the maximum point, it's in between t equals to 0 and t equals to 7. So t, when the cannonball is at the maximum point, so be halfway, 0 and 7. So 0 plus 7 divided by 2 is around 3.5 second mark. Okay. So when t equals to 3.5, h equals to 28 times 3.5 minus 4 times 3.5 squared. Substitute into the original equation of the h. Then we find what is the maximum value of h. So the maximum value of h is 49 meters, which is less than 60. So definitely it's not possible, as the maximum height is only 49, it will never hit 60. So therefore it is not possible, as the maximum height that the ball can reach is 49 meters. Okay, anyone, any question? If not, we'll take a short toilet break and then I'll come back later for Sec 1 Math. Okay? Sorry. if your teacher requires you to put the bracket, you can put the bracket. Okay, I'll go to the washroom and then we'll continue later when I'm back. Those who need to go to the washroom can go as well. those who are here can work on question 1. This is on Sec 1 math now. You can key in the answer in the chat box when you're done. Do try the first question. Okay, question 1. The first 4 terms of a sequence are 9, 16, 25, and 36. Find an expression in terms of n for the nth term of the sequence. So you have to be more sensitive with the numbers here. So 9, 16, 25, 36, what kind of numbers are they? Okay, so by one look you should know that they are actually square numbers. So knowing that they are square numbers will definitely help you a lot. Okay, so for part A, the first number is 9, which is 3 square. Second number 16, which is 4 square. Third number 25, which is 5 square. Fourth number 36, which is 6 square. Okay, so you can see that it's always a plus 2 to the n value. Okay, so first number is like 1 plus 2, the whole thing squared, and so on. So therefore, if it's the nth term, it will be n plus 2, the whole thing squared. Okay, so that'll be the answer for part A. One term in the sequence is 100, so we can actually use this using the nth term so that we can find the value of n. Square root on both sides, so n plus 2 equals to 10. Square root of 100 give us 10, and then we minus 2 on both sides. So therefore n equals to 8. Okay. When you're done, you can take a look at question 2. Okay. Sarah, Jane, and Wendy shared $256. Jane's share is 4 times as much as Sarah's share. And the ratio of the Sarah's share to Wendy's share is 1:3. Find the ratio of Sarah's share to Jane's share to Wendy's share. So we can see that there is a repeated identity here, which is Sarah. So we have to use the Sarah to make them the same. But in this case, Sarah is already technically the same because 4 times means Jane is 4 unit when Sarah is 1 unit. And in the second part, Sarah is to Wendy, Sarah is also 1 unit. So you don't have to make them the same, they are already the same. Okay, Jane is to Sarah. Four is to 1. S is to W, 1 is to 3. So when combined together, J is to S is to W is just 4 is to 1 is to 3. Calculate the difference between Wendy's share and Sarah's share. We have the total, so we have to find the total number of units. So 4 unit plus 1 unit plus 3 unit, total is 8 units. This 8 unit is equivalent to $256. So always find 1 unit first. So we take $256 divide by 8. And then Wendy and Sarah. So Wendy and Sarah, their difference is 2 units. 3 unit minus 1 unit equals 2 units. So we have to find the value of 2 units. So $32 times 2. You give us $64. Can? Those who are done can take a look at question 3. Okay, you can leave your answer via the chat. Okay, take some time to do the questions. On a certain day, the rate of exchange between Singapore dollars and Thai baht is $1 is to $23.50 in baht. Jay decided to change some Singapore dollars to Thai baht for his family trip to Thailand. Okay, so calculate the amount of Singapore dollars that he changed if he would receive 18,800 baht after making the exchange. So 18800 baht is equals to Singapore dollars. You divide by 23.5. It will be Singapore $800. He spent 12,000 baht and decided to change the balance back to Singapore dollars. How much Singapore dollars would he receive if the new exchange rate is 2 Sing dollars to 50 baht? So left, he started off with 18,800 baht dollars and then minus 12,000, which he spent. Then he's left with $6,800 baht. Okay, then we have to change this to Singapore dollar. So amount received in Sing dollars will be 6,800 divided by, so 50 baht, we divide by 50, and then every 50 baht he will receive 2 Sing dollars, so have to times 2. So it will be Sing dollars 272. Okay, those who are done, move on to question 4. Okay, question 4 is on like GST and discount. Do try question 4. similar to what you have learned in primary math for percentage. Okay, question 4. During the Great Singapore Sale, a washing machine was sold at a discounted price of $578.50. So this amount is after discount. If the washing machine was sold at a discount of 35%, find the original price of the washing machine. So original price means they want you to find 100%. Discount given is 35%. So this is after discount. So we take 100% minus 35% equals to 65%. Okay, so 65%, $578.50. Then we have to find 100% to find the original amount. So 100 divided by 65 times $578.50. You get 890. So there's a GST of 8% on selling price of the washing machine. A customer decided to pay the total amount over a period of 1.5 years. Find the monthly installment of the washing machine and then leave your answer correct to the nearest dollar. Okay, so it's a monthly installment. So this is 1.5 years. We have to convert this 1.5 years into the number of months. Okay, so 1.5 years equals to 18 months. Okay, because half a year is 6 months, 1 year is 12 months, so 12 plus 6. Hello. So the total price have to include the 8% GST, therefore we can find the amount that is needed to be paid first. So total price will be, take note, I'll use the selling price here because that's after discount, divided by 100% times 108% including the GST. So this customer needs to pay $624.78. Okay, then after that, installment. One installment will be divided by 18 months, so divided by 18, $34.71 per month. Then they say round off to the nearest dollar, so it's $35. You can write equal sign and then bracket, right, the nearest dollar. Okay, those who are done can move on to question 5. You can take a short break here as well. take a look at question 5 and try question 5. Okay, Tom recently bought a car and paid the car company a down payment of 15,000. He would have to pay monthly installments of $1,800 for the next 7 years. So take note, this is 7 years, this is monthly installment, so every month $1,800. The same car would have cost $95,000 if he chose to pay by cash. Calculate how much Tom paid for the car altogether if he chose to pay by installments. So by installment, you have to include the monthly installment for 7 years as well as the down payment. That will be the total amount that he paid. If he were to choose to pay by installments. So the down payment 15,000 plus 1,800 per month, so times 12 will be per year. Then after that for 7 years, so you times 7. Okay, so the total amount that he'll be paying for is $166,200. Part B, the annual rate of simple interest for the hire purchase scheme. So simple interest, we can see what is the loan amount. 15,000 is paid upfront, so there shouldn't be any loan or interest to pay on this amount because you don't have to loan this 15K since you pay on the spot. So the loan amount is just the balance. If he never take loan, means he only needs to pay 95,000. Then he only pay the down payment of 15,000. So the loan amount is actually 80,000. Okay. Then the difference between the total amount he paid for and the cost of the car, if he were to pay by cash, will be the interest for the loan. So this total interest is for taking the loan and pay periodically over the 7 years. Okay, the total interest is $71,200. So this interest is for 7 years. We can find the interest per annum. So we divide by 7. Okay, so this is the amount of interest he paid per year. Then with this, we can find the annual rate of simple interest already. Okay, so this amount of interest per year divided by the loan amount will give us the simple interest. Okay, divide by 80,000 times 100% will be 12.5/7%. So if you can live in fraction, that will be the most exact form. Then you can just live in fraction, don't have to round off to 3SF. Okay, usually they won't penalize you if your answer is exact. Okay, if you're done, can move on to question 6. Okay, to work on the last question, then I'll go through shortly. Okay, a novice marathon runner started his training schedule with a total running distance of 4.1 km at 8:25. He ran at an average speed of 8.5 km per hour for 1.7 km before reaching the checkpoint. He stopped and rested for 20 minutes at the checkpoint. He continued running at an average speed of 9.6 km per hour for the rest of the journey till he reached his final destination. So find the time at which he left the checkpoint to continue his run to his final destination. So we do not have the duration for this portion. We have the distance, we have the speed. So distance divided by speed will give us the time taken. So 1.7 km divided by 8.5 km per hour. So 1.7 divided by 8.5 will give us 0.2 hour. Then you multiply by 60, we'll find the number of minutes. So it will be 12 minutes. Then he rests for 20 minutes. So 12 minutes plus 20 minutes. 32 minutes. So find the time at which he left the checkpoint to continue his run to his final destination. So under the checkpoint is here. So 32 minutes after 8:25. Will be 8:57. Okay, you can actually just take 25 plus 32 because it didn't hit until the next hour. Find a novice marathon runner's average speed in meter per minute of the whole journey. So whatever that's given is in terms of kilometers and hours, so we have to convert them to meter and minutes. We know the total distance is 4.1 km and he ran 1.7 km already. So with that we can find the distance of the rest of the journey. So 4.1 km minus 1.7 km will give us 2.4 km. And so this is the distance and we have the speed here, so we can find the duration he take for the rest of the journey by taking the distance divided by the speed. So we have 0.25 hour, then we multiply by 60 to find the number of minutes, so it's 15 minutes. So you can see for your duration is already in terms of minute. What we need to change is just the distance. So the total distance he covered is 4.1 km. To convert to meter, we times 1,000. So 4,100 meter. So average speed is always total distance divided by total time taken. So total time taken is 15 minutes plus 32 minutes. Always remember to include the rest time, okay, because we're talking about the whole journey. So total time taken is 47 minutes. So average speed will be total distance in terms of meter divided by total time taken in terms of minute. You get 87.234 meter per minute. Round off to 3SF, so 87.2 meter per minute. Okay. So that's all for today's questions. So this is our webinar promo. There's free trial for Primary 5, Primary 6, Set 1 and Set 2. Y'all can join the free trial. And then for our next live, it'll be next Tuesday on Primary 6 Science at 7 p.m. So it's a walkthrough of P6 mixed topics. It's like a revision. Okay, so that's all for today. Bye bye.